were detained for the first time. What was your first night in detention like? What was going on through your mind? What did you do? How did you sleep? What did you eat? What was going on when you were first incarcerated?
You know, I was not detained immediately.
There was house.
When I was arrested, I was first charged with treason, and I spent 6 months in committee, remand prison, coming to the court every 2 weeks for the mention. But after those 6 months, eventually the state realized they did not have evidence against me. So they entered a nolle prosequi. When they entered a nolle prosequi, then decided to detain me. We were released in the court, taken down to the cells, released, and then when we came out, and at the gate there, we were rearrested. And then taken to Langata police station, kept there the whole night. Around midnight, we were brought to Nairobi area police station, where we were served with the detention orders, then transferred back to committee, this time in a different block. So that's now started my detention career.
So during Committee 1, your first experience, what was that like?
Well, the first, in the remand, of course we just remand, but we were called capital remandees, meaning that it is a charge that carries a mandatory death sentence. So you walk here with a red C on your chest, wearing those prison captolas. In those days they didn't have trousers.
Which means potentially you could have been on death row.
I was basically on death row. I was on death row. That place, people were not allowed to come and see you. You are isolated from the rest of other remandees, and you are kept in the cells for 23 hours out of 24. You're only allowed out for half a quarter of an hour in the morning, again half an hour at lunch, and again a quarter of an hour again in the afternoon. So most of the times you are in the cells, and you're not receiving any visitors. Then we are now transferred to the detention camp. Here for the first time, at first we were 3 in the detention camp, and we stayed like that for about 9 months, after which we were separated. One of us was released, but the 2 of us are now separated. So I now remained alone. That started my solitary confinement.
And during this time, Mr. Odinga, and the years that followed, all those long periods of detention and so on, your family must have been quite under, a lot of, strain. Were you able to do the ordinary things that, a parent does, like, attending your children's graduation, speaking to their, their class teachers?
No, you are a detainee. First, the communication with your family is fairly restricted. The little communication takes too long. Like, if you write a letter formally, if they write you a letter, it will take 6 months to reach you. So a Christmas card you'll be receiving in June. Then sometimes you get communication, like when my mother died, for example. My family sent me a telegram to inform me that my mother had passed on. And they kept this telegram for long. They never gave it to me. But of course, a friend of mine who was also detained had received the information. But then he had communicated. We had a way of underground communication. So I had known. Now, when this Askari came to eventually now break the news to me, at first he was looking at my reaction. if I would be shocked, because otherwise we'd know that somebody had told me. So when I came to tell me, I artificially burst into tears.
So you had to be a bit dramatic.
Too dramatic just to me, but I had known about it a long time ago. My brother had asked that I should be allowed to go and bury my mother. But they were telling me 3 months later, yet they received the telegram immediately that my mother had passed on. Okay.
Were you allowed for the burial?
Never. I mean, they're telling me 3 months after the event. So how would you attend the burial?